What was that? Oh, okay. What was that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, day. Hold on, guys. All right. Let's see if the phone gonna start again. All right. Hold on, guys. The phone gonna start again. All right. Hold on, guys. You had a phone call.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. We're gonna let this music ride through real quick, man.
All right.
Y'all in the chat, tell me if y'all know where this music came from. Y'all better know it.
I'm back. Man. Let me see. Oh shit, EO in the building.
You said EO in the building?
Yeah, he in the chat room. What's popping, bro?
What's going on, EO? Well, I was just talking about you. I was talking behind your back, boy. I say you didn't have no game. No, what I said was come on Super Friends next week, Sunday, man. Tell your chicks you got a doctor's appointment. You got a dentist appointment because I need your ass Sunday, next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I need you over there, man. So you give me a call. That's what I need. That's all I said about you. We're gonna start in like 3 minutes, y'all.
All right.
After this saucy breakdown. What's going on? Welcome to Afi's Kingdom, and this is Expert Level Game, episode 3 with the one and only Mr. Locario.
What up? What's going on?
What up? The topic of today is you've had coaching, no results. Mm-hmm. So I know maybe people had that, made me have that problem, and right. I want to give, as long as Mr. Locario. Everett Overton, man, you already know, you know the movie. You don't count. You spoiled it. I wanted them to guess. That's his favorite movie and my favorite movie. Yeah, of course you know. Yeah, man. So I feel like it's really important for you guys to understand. Let me premiere my face real quick, just so y'all won't think I'm ugly. Yeah, I'm still gorgeous. Still me. This is my other name too. Tarek is my name, Tarek Afi, in case y'all wondering and y'all think I got somebody else shit on. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about cats realizing what up, Mars though, the hard work that it puts in, and I feel like some cats feel like this. I notice how they feel. They feel like okay, they want to get on the bad boy membership. They've invested. Now they've been saving up all their lunch money and all their checks, and they finally get the debit card and they put on there. So then this happens, and then they have one conversation, and then in 1 week they're like, "What's going on? Like, where are the girls at?" What? That's why I played this music, and I'm gonna use Rocky 4. Actually, I'm gonna use Rocky period for a contrast.
Right.
Now, so look, think about Rocky 1, right? Now we're talking about the heavyweight champion, and he sold his idea of a boxer so well that he has a damn statue, and he's not even a real boxer.
Right.
So that's game right there. That's game right there. So look, remember Rocky 1? He was a nobody. Then guess what happened? Remember he got that ass whooped. They tied. So he had to go back to the drawing board, study his mistakes, figure out where he fucked up, figure out where he can get better at, then came back, then he became the champion, right? Then then he was the champion. So then this is why I be telling you cats to stop thinking with your ego, because his ego got out of control and he started thinking he was the man, and he got all Hollywood and start doing all these commercials and wearing all this fancy shit. So guess what? He lost his purpose. He got wrapped up into what was going on, and he lost himself. So then guess what? He messed Mr. T. What happened? Mr. T fucked his ass up. Fucked his ass up, gave his mentor a heart attack, fucked this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Then so that was 3. Then he had to, what he had to do, Locario, he had to go back to the drawing board, train harder, find his, I'm saucy. I just thought of this all right now. Go back and then figure out, dang, what can I do? Get re-inspired. Then he had to go. This is another lesson too. He had to go to Apollo, which was his major one antagonist in the movie at the time, to help him elevate himself. So that's the whole thing right there. You gotta, sometimes your elevation and your level up is gonna come from somebody else. Be open to that. So that's another true gem right there. Just quit always thinking you can do it yourself, man. You know, quit thinking it, because like I say, like Locario, like I always say, shit, I wouldn't have been thinking about monetizing this shit, you know, because I like doing it.
Right.
My level up came from him. See that? You know what I mean? So it's
right
like,
there.
and then part 4, what happened? He retired. Apollo, he's thinking with his ego, thinking, living in his past, thinking he was gonna do all this shit. He went up against that Russian and got killed. Not beat up, killed. 187, right? 187. Then he had to go back to the drawing board. So even winners fail, man. That's the whole point that I'm making. So the points that I'm making is winners fail. You gotta learn from your failures. You gotta go back to the drawing board. And then also be open-minded, man, that your levels, that your level ups and shit like that, it can come from somebody else. It can take from someone to give you that gem, or just to plant that seed in order for you to grow. So quit looking under your bed and looking in the drawers and shit for seeds, because the seed might be coming from somewhere else.
Right.
You driving yourself crazy. But enough of me, man. Locario, what you got to say, man? I know you got a lot to say about that.
Man. I mean, this is a good topic, though. This is a real good topic because, you know, there's a lot of guys out there who want to learn game, and there's guys out there who try to learn certain things, and then they go out there and they do certain things, and for some guys it works, for some guys it doesn't work. Right. Usually the times when it doesn't work for a certain guy is when he's had, and sometimes it's not really his fault. It's more so the marketing of a lot of things when it comes to like dating advice, pickup advice, stuff like that. The guys who really have the worst results are the guys who thought that it was going to be easy. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So they usually think like, well, I'm gonna just buy this one book. I'm gonna, watch these videos. I'm gonna, join this course or whatever. And by next week, I'm gonna have like a lot of women. You understand what I'm saying? But what they don't realize is that a lot of this is continuous hard work. Always love to compare it to like working out. If you're a fat dude, you ain't gonna get fit in a week. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta work out for a while. You gotta start eating right. There's a lot of things you gotta do consistently in order to get the result. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that's the hard part about it with the game, where there's so many guys out there who they have a misconception of what it means to actually what it takes to actually succeed. That's the hard part. And so, like I said, the guys who really succeed at it are usually the ones who are more realistic about getting the success and what they need to do to make it happen. Right. The guys who aren't usually making it work, those are the guys who had the misconception of thinking, okay, I'm just going to buy this book or join this course, and then that's going to make things happen, tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's usually what happens in the game. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. See, I feel like what I want to say. Okay, I'll give you 2 examples. So, first, for one, I think guys need to start thinking about real goals. Mm. So if it's women that you want, get more specific with your goals. Don't just say, "Oh, I just want to fuck a gang of bitches," and just keep it at that. Like, keep it like, "Hey, I want a girlfriend, a side piece, and then I work around." It just needs to be particular. That way, you're not just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if I tell somebody to clean up the house. Well, it's just easy for me to say clean up the living room or clean up. You know what I mean? So now you have some type of gauge of where to start and where you're going, rather than just I give you my car, fix my car. What's wrong with it? Find out. Like you just need to narrow your shit down a little bit. That way you can know where you're going. So like I said, if you want girls, then you need to evaluate yourself to know and understand where you're coming from, as well as where you're going. That's how you track your progress. So if you don't have no goals in this shit, you're not going to know whether you're failing or leaving, because a lot of men, they may even start having success. But see, the thing is they look at you, they look at me, they look at EO, BOA, Lawrence D. Adams, whoever, and then they look at it like they compare their success to us. Well, we're already been doing this shit. Right.
For years, exactly.
So say you have a consultation, Locario. So you have a consultation today is what, Monday? So on Friday, maybe this guy is a natural. He's somewhat sharp, right? So say he's able to actually get numbers every day and even hook up with one. Well, that's a success, correct? If you would have success before that. But the whole thing is he'll be like, I'm trying to get a girlfriend and a wife like Locario. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just base their shit on you. And the thing is like, you might not even like that, man. Like I say time and time again, like the reason why that I choose to be single is not because I like having a gang of sex and fucking all these women. That has nothing to do with it. I just personally know it myself. I'm very selfish. And I just like doing whatever I like to do. I don't like to check in. I don't like to see. And I get tired of the same person all the time. Any relationship that I've been, when there were good times, it's because I had something else in rotation and I went back to it. Now that's just work. That just what works for me, though. That doesn't mean that's just the answer, but that's just what works for me.
Right.
Lobster is my favorite food, motherfucker. Does that mean that's your favorite food? You might like spaghetti. I think spaghetti sucks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So figure out what it is that you're trying to do, for one. Bagley, what up? He said, I'm making progress in all areas at my life in the moment. I'm saving chicks for last. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to take a break. Like Locario, I just told myself, man, that after this month, my birthday is on the 24th. EO birthday on the 23rd, matter of fact. We both Geminis and shit.
That's what's up. Mine's is on the 28th. So we
Gemini gang. That'll be the birthday shit. So Gemini gang. So after this month is up, man, I'm gonna try to really not mess with the chicks I'm gonna check in every month. So I'm gonna do 1 month, another month, because I already know it's my birthday. I'm gonna get pussy and all that type of shit.
Right.
But then it's easier too, because I'm gonna have a lighter schedule because school's gonna be out. So I'm gonna be working less and have more time so I can get in the gym. I really need to put my book out. And I personally, even see, I'm evaluating myself to you. I thought I could fuck bitches and write a book. Can't do it. I tried. Can't do it. Sorry. Somebody, what happened? They're just gonna be done. Man, I tried. Have y'all smoked? If y'all smoke cigarettes, and having y'all said y'all was gonna quit and it didn't happen, it's right. Life. Sometimes the shit don't go the way you plan. So, but I just said I want to really see how far and how many things I can get accomplished if I take that, because I put a lot of energy towards that out. Now I could try it for 1 month or 2 months, and I could be on the same level. And then I'd be like, that was a waste of fucking 2 months. Or it can be beneficial, and then it'll be easier month 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? I have to see my name in a book by this year, man. And that's more important to me than fucking bitches, personally.
Right.
Maybe Locario can do it because he already did multiple books, so he might have a fucking science of this shit. Like,
right.
You know, but me, I'm on square one. I don't know this shit like he knows it. So
the thing is, what I did with my books was, the funny part is with this book right here, the How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, this book.
Yeah.
I fucking, this took me like 3 years to write. You feel what I'm saying? But the only reason it took me 3 years is because I was writing it I was doing good for a good year and a half. Like I was like just every day an hour just writing something, even if it was like a sentence, I was just writing something. So I took like an hour a day just to do that. And it took me a long time because I wrote all this shit. And then I took like 8 months off and then I started again. So it all took like 3 years and to do it. But even let's use that example of writing books. Like, I wrote some books, you in the process of writing your book. And I mean, I'm sure you could attest to this, that writing books is fucking hard. You feel what I'm saying? That shit is not easy, but it's something that you put time and energy in and stay consistent, and then you actually are going to get the result. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing that applies to the game. You feel what I'm saying? The same thing applies to you becoming good with women. It's consistency. It's actually investing time and energy into it. You understand? So it's like anything else. If you want the result, you have to actually invest time, energy, and and take it seriously and put time into it so that you'll get to the point where you want to go. You feel what I'm saying? But for a lot of dudes, the reason, and this is another reason why cats ain't really, making shit happen in the game, is a lot of dudes, unfortunately, don't want to invest in themselves. And sometimes investing in yourself means you're going to have to put up some money. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happens is, even when on YouTube, so what a lot of dudes do, they'll watch a video of mine, they'll watch a video of you, they'll watch a video of Alan Roger Curry, Ron Wills, Steve the Dean, whoever. They'll watch all the videos on YouTube, but they won't join no Patreons, they won't buy no books, they won't join no none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? Right. And so what they don't understand is there's a lot of information that we don't say on YouTube that you're not going to get unless you invest. And so what happens is, and the reason why you have to invest is because on a psychological level, when you put money down for the information, you take it more seriously. You see what I'm saying? And then therefore you're actually more willing to actually try out and take heed to the information and be serious about it. And then therefore you have a better chance of succeeding in what you're trying to do because you're taking what you're doing seriously. You see what I mean? But that's the thing that a lot of cats don't realize. So a lot of times the reason why they're not getting to the next level is because they're not willing to invest into the situation. You understand? Like, for example, when I was first learning how to, when I was doing videos on YouTube and I wanted to learn how to be a better speaker, I invested in an actual program that was like $1,500 on how to become a public speaker. You understand? And that was like the all the money I had in my savings, I just spent it. You feel what I'm saying? And in that program, there was one thing. There was literally one thing. There was a lot of things to learn, but there was one main thing that I learned that helped me immensely since that. You understand? And so the $1,500 was worth just that one thing. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is, you have to invest in order to get that information. You see what I mean? So that's what it is. You see?
That's what's up. Like that. I'm glad you brought that Patreon topic up too, because. And I see my Patreon is in the link. Oh, Lawrence Diablo, he must got something.
Make sure I join them Patreons.
Because see, people be looking at it like, oh, you trying to get rich now, or like, no, fam. See, me personally, just me working in the field that I do, I take my teaching serious, man. I really take my shit serious. Like, this is what I do for a career. So when I have ideas in my mind and I teach kids how to know things that they didn't know before our interaction. So it's the same thing with these men. And so I know that when people sign up for my Patreon, that's like Locario, I only do shit for Patreon now. I don't do shit for YouTube no more. I tape it, but you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm giving out my life and my time, man. So when people invest in the Patreon, or say they buy your books or whatever, you know that they're serious and they're ready to take that next step. So my whole thing is like, if I have a solution for you, and all you gotta do is click the link, and we can chop game and do all this, or book a one-on-one consultation. If you feel I have the result, or I can help you with the result, so you know you have an answer there. So if you don't even have enough incentive to drop that, y'all take women on dates. I told y'all I made 5 videos stop taking women on dates. Y'all still do it. So what I'm saying is, you say you don't have $10 or $5 for the Patreon, but then you'll call me up or DM me and be like, "Hey, Afi, yeah, I took this girl to David and Buster." You fucked up. So you're not even listening already. Before you tell me your story, you already doing something you're not supposed to do. I mean, well, you asked, so like that's just like I say, I don't, I'll go on a date with a woman if we're having sex and shit already. We can meet for a coffee, we can go walk around. I'm not meeting no first date and we going to eat fried lobster. Like, she has done nothing to show me that besides show up. You know what I'm saying? And then like the whole thing, like, women are beautiful and they think they dimes. I think I'm a dime too. So it's like the same thing. So it's not, I don't pedestalize her because I feel the same way about myself. So that makes it kind of easier. So it's like, yeah, it's not a bitch. So it's like, okay, when somebody, it's like college. Why do you think college costs? Because it weeds people out who's not serious.
Exactly.
That's the reason why. If college was free, everybody would fucking go and just go there just to fucking hang out all day and holler at bitches. It costs. So now, do you think that people like studying all night, buying these books that cost $200-$300, doing all this shit, study groups, not having a social life? Of course they don't like it, but they're investing. They're investing their time and they're investing their money. So they're for sure gonna take that shit serious. But the whole goal is the fucking degree. They know that the degree's coming, which for the most part, the degree is gonna give them more income. So it's like they're sacrificing, but they know that the goal is this. So you have to invest. You have to invest, man. And if it's not even money, just invest the time. But if you let me, this is a shirt right here I'm giving y'all. Invest the time, but invest the grind too. So what I'm saying is you can invest all your time listening to all this shit, but you got to invest your grind too. You got to go out here and do it too. So just because you invest in the time, that's not the key. You got to invest time and grind.
Right. Facts. And you know, another thing too, where I think that it's hard for guys to really like get things going in the game is because, like, for example, and shout out to there's a channel called School of Attraction. This guy, he was talking about this. He was saying that the reason why a lot of dating advice and game doesn't really work for certain dudes is because, one, they don't have social skills, and two, they sort of have a sort of negative mindset when it comes to the game. So if your social skills suck and you have a negative mindset, all of the advice already is not going to work for you. You see what I'm saying? So just even basic social skills dudes have to learn, but also they have to have a certain mindset. Like, there was a video I was listening to where it was one of these guys who was like one of these black pill dudes. You know, they always talk about, oh, the game is only about looks and you can't get nothing going on with a girl unless you have looks and money, blah, blah, blah. Right. So this guy, he was like, yo, I listened to Locario. I listened to all these other coaches and I tried all the stuff and it doesn't work and it's bullshit and blah, 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 blah. Right. So what I found funny was, because he's like, I approached like 100 girls and, you know, and it still didn't work. I tried to talk to them. I tried to do this, do that. Right. So what I noticed was, before he even got into all of that, when he started his stream, when he started his video, he said, yo, the game is so bad out here. You know, I'll take any chick. I'll take a fat chick with no teeth. I don't give a fuck. I'll take any girl that'll have me. I'll take her. You see what I'm saying? So he already has such low self-esteem, so that because he has the low self-esteem, that's the reason why it's hard for him to make shit happen in the game. You see what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, I wanted to approach 100 women and nothing happened. Well, the reason why nothing happened was because you're the type of guy who says, I'll take anything. So if you're the type of guy who says you'll take anything, when you approach a girl, you're approaching a girl with that low self-esteem energy. So when she looks at you, when she interacts with you, she's looking at a guy who's the type of guy who will take anything because he has low self-esteem. And so she sees a low self-esteem, lame-ass loser who's talking to her. So of course she's not going to want to fuck with you. So the thing is that if your mindset is already there where you're thinking, well, I'll just take anybody because the game's so hard and I don't give a fuck or whatever, you understand something. When you deal with a chick, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say he did get a fat, goofy-looking chick with no teeth. The girl that you deal with is a reflection of you. It's a reflection of your game. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So if he's saying, I'll take anything, how does he think women see him? You see what I'm saying? And this is what I try to explain to guys. And this is why certain shit doesn't work. Because if you're coming already with the mindset of you're thinking you ain't shit or you're low value or whatever, it's going to be hard for you to even use the advice that we give here and use certain things because your mindset is already coming from a place of you're not anything. You're not confident. You're insecure. You think you're a loser. You think you're lame. So if you keep having that mindset, all of the advice, that's not really going to work for you. The whatever techniques you think you're trying to do, that's not going to work for you. You see what I'm saying? Whatever strategies you're trying to implement, that's not going to work for you because you're already coming from a place of insecurity and a place of fucking, some lame loser shit. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Crazy.
I think guys really need to sit back for a second and think about qualities in a woman that turn you off. Do you guys like needy women?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you guys like insecure women that always want you to say they're beautiful? How do I look? How do I smell? How do I? Even if you deal with it, do you like it though? Doesn't that irritate you? You'd be like, yes, babe. It's so. Why would you knowing that, still do it to a woman, even in a situation where we're the man, so we're supposed to be a certain way? Mm-hmm. So it's weak energy, fam. Weak energy is not attractive to a woman, man.
Right.
It is not attractive to a woman, especially at least if you're gonna be a weak man. At least at one point in time showed a woman something at a point, you know what I mean? Because we all go through our phases where our self-esteem might go up and down and I might gain some weight or just lose my job, just whatever the fuck. Right. And then so I might have a moment where my shit's down, but we've been together. So she still knows that alpha is in me and that bossness and that leader is in me. Right. But if you've never shown her nothing and you've never shown her that side of you, what makes you think that she's gonna listen to you and do all of this? Why would you think that? That's like common sense. Why would you think that? Right. You gotta really ask yourself this.
Nah, real talk. And the thing is that, a lot of these cats out here, the reason why they're, not really getting where they want to go is truthfully, a lot of these dudes don't want to put in the work that's necessary for it to make it happen.
Right.
That's really a lot. I hear this all the time. I watch a lot of dudes' videos on YouTube and I be seeing what a lot of these cats talking about. And, I hear guys saying, oh, I don't, why I gotta go and approach all of these girls for and that's bullshit and it's not gonna work, or they you got guys that they're just trying to wait all the time for choosing signals. I'm like, bruh, you're so they're looking for ways to cheat the game. They're looking for ways to get around the work, and I'm like, that's the reason why you're not getting results. See, right. The thing is this: the thing that these guys don't understand, and this is the funny part, getting girls is fucking easy. You understand what I'm saying? It's easy, but see, myself and Affy, we understand that, but the reason why we understand that and we have that perspective is because we've mastered the game. You feel what I'm saying? We've mastered our game. We mastered the things that we need to do in order to get women, in order to see ourselves as that high value dude. You see what I'm saying? Like, Affy came on here like, yo, I'm fucking gorgeous. You feel what I'm saying? That's some real shit. That's how, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that energy. But see, the thing is, once you have that energy, you realize how fucking easy this shit is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, see, it came to the point where, there were times where I had to, like, imagine you have to reject a girl, not because you don't like her, but because you don't got no space for her. You feel what I'm saying? In your life right now. because you got too much shit going on. You got too much shit in your regular life where you doing shit on your purpose, and then you got too much women you're already dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? You got to tell her, yo, I can't really fuck with you like that right now. You feel what I'm saying? Because you literally can't. And so when you get to that level, right, you'll see how easy it is. But in order to get to that level, in order to get to be that advanced, if you're the type of guy who's a virgin, type of guy who's having a lot of trouble with women, again, you have to understand, in order to get from there to that next level, you have to put in work. There's no way around it. If you're the type of guy who's a virgin who hardly ever talks to girls, you can't just buy some dude's book and read it over the weekend and expect that you're going to get 1 million girls next week. No, you got to keep putting in work. You have to. It's a consistent thing. This is why I have the Bad Boy membership program, because in the program I come out with things each month. You feel what I'm saying? It's a consistent thing, and that's what dudes got to understand. It's like you have to stay on top of it consistently. You see what I'm saying? You always need that refresher in your mind. You got to keep the shit going consistently. You see what I mean? And that's what it is. Crazy.
I see you, Lawrence. You must got something to say. You didn't got mad. We gonna see what you gonna say. That's good, bro. King Solomon, what up? Locario says laws of average. Yeah, you said it a few times. Just Ice, what's going on, fam? JC Riggs, what's going on? Yeah, you guys don't approach like the game is gonna work. Approach with confidence in yourself. Yeah, man. Like the confidence is really from within, man. Like I'm telling you, like
you know, it's crazy. A lot of these dudes be coping. That's the fucked up part. You feel
right. It's like y'all want like a mom part 2 and shit. So you think the women gonna fix you. So you think if you're not happy, you don't like your job, you don't like your life, you meet some fucking woman now, you like her, so now your life is all together now. Yeah, okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that happens. Hold on. Let's say that happens. Okay? Let's pretend that happens. Once you guys are involved with each other, that's not going to keep her. You're gonna lose her, bro. When she gets around you, when you're on that Debbie Downer ass shit, you logically gonna be thinking, oh well, since I've invested and this is my girl now, it's her job to bring me out of it. No, she's gonna be like, man, this motherfucker, I'm tired of listening to this pity party ass shit. We ain't married, we don't have no kids. She's gonna be out. She's gonna zip out on you, fam. I promise you so. That is not the key. You have to be happy within yourself first. I promise you. There's been certain situations where maybe people were unhappy and they met a woman and the woman brought them to the sunlight and they tell you all this fucking feel good ass shit. Don't base your fucking life on some shit you seen on TV or from somebody else. You seen them on a Tyler Perry movie, so you think, well, anything's possible. Why would you bank on some shit like that? Why would you bank on some shit like that? Don't make no sense. Like, why, man? Just I always say, man, if you're not where you want to be in life, women shouldn't be your focus. It just shouldn't be. Now I don't mean if you come across one at Starbucks and she choosing and she want to sit down with you for 30 minutes and you can bring her back to the house. I'm not saying don't do that. Of course, do that. Right. But don't make it your priority. Don't go outside and be like, oh, I didn't get no phone numbers today. Well, it don't matter. What did you do today? Right. You need to have an objective every single day. Just like right now. This was an objective of mine for today. You know what I'm saying? I could have been at work, but now I've decided to do this. So you know,
and that's a good point you make about like if you like, 'cause the thing is, look, if sometimes when a dude don't got his shit together, right? Or not necessarily shit together, but like, let's say if a guy doesn't have a purpose, I should say, in his life, and he's trying to like get with girls to try to, I guess, get happiness through that. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's a bad recipe, because what happens is if you don't have a purpose or direction where you're going, and what's going to happen is women are going to distract you, right? And then you're going to look for your happiness within the women. And then what's going to happen is this is what gets you attached and, you know, to the chick. And then if shit goes left, it usually does, because you ain't doing nothing else. Shit goes left and you start losing your goddamn mind. You feel what I'm saying? And that's because you didn't have a focus of what you was doing. You see what I mean? And you've made the woman way too important in your life. You see what I'm saying? The women are supposed to be like, you know, like second or third or whatever. They're never first. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing. If you're putting women first, you're fucking up. You understand? First is supposed to be you. You feel what I'm saying? You, your purpose, your direction in life, what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. That's the first thing. You feel what I'm saying? And then women are secondary with all that shit. You feel what I mean? And so the thing is that if you're putting women on that pedestal and you're making them be the first thing, that's when you're fucking up, because you're not really doing the things or going in the direction you're supposed to be going in the first place. And the funny part is, when you put chicks first, that's usually when you're going to have the hardest time getting girls. That's when you're going to have the most frustration dealing with women. When you put yourself first, that's what makes women actually want to gravitate to you more. That's what makes them want to do more shit for you. That's what makes them want to fucking, cooperate with you more, because they see you're a guy who's has a direction, and that's what they want to follow. They want to follow a guy who has a direction. They don't want to be with a guy who's sweating them. You feel me? So that's what it is.
So I'm gonna do two things. I seen my man, big bro Lawrence just popped in. So you must really got something to say, because you don't never asked to beam up multiple times. So I already know you're getting the Holy Ghost over there. I know how the feeling was. That's how I felt when I was on the Black Ram shit. And it was a Kookie and Ray, and I had to get on. I was like, nah, man, I don't be tripping, but beam me up. I need to get on this panel. Forget that. So but let me just ask Locario real quick. How many times do you think it took for you to fuck up as far as the situation where you're doing what the women say? You know, they say you need to be like that, and you're doing that. So maybe it could have took one time, but how many times you think it took you for you to be like, you know what, this shit, it's not coincidence no more. You know what I'm saying? To where you were doing what the women say and not getting results that you want.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot that happened a lot when I was younger. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was younger and I was naive and I didn't know certain things, because I thought, well, let me do what she wants to do so I could get her to like me. You know, that nice guy shit. That was what I do back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? And so since I wasn't aware, I didn't have and my game was weak that back then, you know, I would do this shit, but then I would never actually get shit going in my direction. You see what I'm saying? Until I started studying the game, realizing certain shit, then I was like, oh shit, I gotta actually do what I want and switch it up. So, and this is the funny part. While I was getting played, I actually wanted to do what I wanted to do, but I wasn't, because I thought I wasn't supposed to. I thought I was supposed to follow them and do what they supposed to. They wanted me to do. But in my gut, I wanted to do my own shit. So when I realized that I should be doing my own shit, it was like, oh shit, I should have been doing this the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you really, you see the thing, but that's how shit went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even for me, like I would do shit, but I accident. I would do the right shit, but it wasn't planned. So once I figured out the science to it and I started doing the shit on purpose,
right,
come together. But big bro, what you got to say? So Mr. Locario, this is Lawrence D. Adams.
What up, bro?
If you
What's
heard
going
it,
on, sir? What's going on?
Chilling.
He my OG, so that's like my big brother. As you can see in the picture, he an OG with it.
That's what's up.
Just like big bro though. So obviously, you know, Mr. Locario is. What's going on, Lawrence?
Man, you guys are heating it up right now, man. I'm actually at work, and I don't know. Can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
So I'm actually at work. I got it, y'all. When you guys said something, I put it in the chat room, but I got to say it again. Why would you invest in a date when you can invest in yourself and have her pay for a date?
Right.
Most guys don't take the time to invest in themselves, and they constantly investing on something that does not bring a return. If you invest in both of these guys right here, Mr. Locario, invest in Alfie Kingdom, you can get a return where you wouldn't get by going on a date. You're going to get temporary 5 minutes of sex that you can get multiple orgasms if you learn the game. I'm just saying.
That's facts. That's real talk.
Yeah, OG game. Hey, we had a ball last night, man. That was fun.
Let me say one more thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. But the other thing is too, most guys don't realize when they're picking a woman, like you guys said, you have to be specific. But she's always a reflection of you, because you are the sun and she is your moon. So what is your moon reflecting back to your earth where you create? So a lot of times guys are mad at the women that they're picking or the women that choose them. I have to say, what are you reflecting to her? So once you adjust your reflection on what the beams that you're giving out, then you begin to attract a different type of woman. And the reason why the men are failing is because they have not adjusted their self-image and how they see themselves.
That's real talk. That's real talk. That's facts right there. Because, you know, a lot of guys, they'll say, oh, these girls play games, they doing all this bullshit. But a lot of times when you run into that many women who are doing that, that's because you're playing games and doing some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? If you're the type of guy who's on point and who is, you know, who knows what he wants, and you're really about what you're about, you're going to attract more women who's on that same level. You feel what I'm saying? Because what happens is that a woman can see, it's almost like this. It's like, you know, if you see, like, you know, like a guy, he'll be insecure and he'll see a really bad chick across the room. She'll be like a dime or whatever. Because he feels that he's not on her level, he's not going to go and approach. You feel what I'm saying? But the confident guy is going to go and approach her. You see what I mean? So a lot of times what happens is that dime, she's looking at that dude over there that is scared to approach, and she's kind of like, this guy's fucking lame, but he's not going to go and approach her anyway because he doesn't feel he's at her level. Then she sees the guy who she sees as on her level. He's confident, he's going to go and approach. So she's attracting the guy that is on her level. So the same thing happens on the flip side with you. There's going to be women who, you know, are on some bullshit, but if she sees that you're not about the bullshit, she's not going to even try to fuck with you because she knows she can't get over on you. She knows she can't really play games with you. So she can recognize that when she first sees you or when she first interacts with you. So she's really not going to put herself in that place to make it happen. But the girls who are going to fuck with you are the ones who are on your level. They're going to be more attracted to you because you're the type of guy who's at the same level as them. You feel what I mean? So that's really how this should go.
That's deep right there, because that's the problem that a lot of guys who complain in this space that we're in about the inadequacies of women, but they have not looked at the inadequacies that were in themselves.
Right.
So until you adjust that, you cannot say that all the women are like this. I watched it from my own personal life, being married before two times, two times, and also in the dealing with a course. So I couldn't figure out why I keep attracting these crazy women. I said, wait a minute, it's not them, it's me. So the minute I adjusted the crazy that was inside of me, the quality of women began to change in my life. And that's what I think a lot of men miss out on, is because they never adjust the picture that of them on the inside of them. And they're wondering why they hear all this good information on you guys' channel and say, hey, why is it not working?
Right.
Why it's not working? Because you have not changed channels.
Right. That's some real shit right there.
Hey, Locario, I asked this question. I think this was a Tales from the Underwood video from last week, but I want to ask you this question because, for one, it's a good game for the fellas, and for two, I'm curious to know. So we all went over this, and the thing was, what are the three things that attract you? Well, excuse me, what are the three things that women find attractive to you? I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. Am I saying
right? So what are the three things that women are attracted to me? Do I think that they're attracted to me?
Whether they say it or you just know it, just because you put it out there.
Right. I think you know what's funny, because this is what I hear most of the time. One is my looks. They say they like oh, you got really chocolatey skin and you know you're handsome, all that other shit. So that's one. Two, that's for all you looks matters guys. Two.
They love that one. They like, yes, fire game.
Right. So now two is basically my consistency. So the thing with me is, and this is what I try to teach guys, is that a lot of the reason, like I have a lot of women, because I did a video about this on my Bad Boy membership program, where I was talking about how to get women to stay loyal to you. I have women who I've known for like 10 years who still is like down for me. Like I could just call them now and they'll come and see me, whatever. But the reason why they do that is because I've been kind of like, I kept everything real with them. Like I've been consistent with them whenever I fucked with them. Even if it was just a girl I was fucking with for a month, that whole month when I was dealing with her, I was just consistent and real about. So if I said I was going to do something, I did it. If I told them this is what I'm about, that's what it was about. So then they just really appreciate that shit. So that's why the chicks usually stick with me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I have like a whole bunch of chicks like I just randomly call. So that's the second thing. I think it's the consistency. I'd say that the third one is, I would say just the fucking. You feel what I'm saying? So you know that's another thing, because I've had women who you know, have been fuck buddies of mine for like 3-4 years just because they like the D. You feel what I'm saying? And it'll be a chick where I'll probably see her like once or twice, like every like few months. You feel what I'm saying? But she'll still like hit me up periodically to call me because she wants some sex. So, you know, and that's a key thing that I want to tell a lot of guys. If you fuck a girl good, 9 times out of 10, she'll want to keep fucking you, because for women, it's hard for them to find good dick. A woman could find a lot of dick, but it's hard for them to find good dick. So if you can give a woman good dick, she'll keep fucking with you. So that's just, you know, something for y'all to think about. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's good that you said the good dick part. Let me tell y'all why. Is because let's just flip it around like this. A woman finding good dick is equivalent to a man finding good head.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a fire sign in the chat for that one? Because I know y'all felt all of that.
Mm-hmm.
To get some fire dome, it take a few. Quit lying if you say you met 10 chicks, smashed 10 chicks, and got fire dome 10 for 10. You lying.
Right, exactly. Nah, real talk.
You lying. But like with me, like I be telling cats, like, man, my top 3 things now, and I would just, you know, flex and talking shit. And I said I'm hella saucy, I'm hella fine, and I'm hella saucy. It's all true. But really though, is like my personality, man, and the fact that I'm very outgoing and I'm a leader. I'm very assertive. I don't take myself too serious, and I'm intelligent. That's how I get the chicks. All this looks and shit is adding to it.
Right.
Because I fuck them up with the personality and the way that I articulate myself, and that because they don't expect it sometimes. Just like you, if you see a badass chick, right, coming out of the supermarket, out of Safeway, right? So you seen her in lane 1, you seen her, you like, ooh, she hot, she fat. Oh, I want to holler at her. You let her slip your mind, right? You let her slip out the store. You didn't say hi to her, but you should. You fucked up. You should at least say hi. Hey, when y'all see good looking chicks, at least say hi, because that'll tell you a lot by the way they respond to you. And it's not really you're not really putting enough out there for it to get a full rejection. If you say hi to someone and someone say hi to you, it's not a bad rejection. It ain't say get the fuck out my face or no shit like that. They just say hi or they don't. So the whole thing is once you put that bait out there, then they'll be like, hey, hi. They'll be like hi, or they'll be like, hey, hi, how you doing? It's a nice day. Then you be like, oh, okay, she want more conversation. So you just at least say hi at the minimum. Okay, but back to what I was saying, y'all thought I forgot. No, so you seen the bad chick and she had ass and whatever it is you like, and you made her outside. So you seen her outside, you see her happen to a fucking Bentley. Now she matters more. Now you're like, damn. So it's the same thing when a woman finds a man who may be attractive and smart. You know what I'm saying? It's that and factor.
Right.
The and factor. So if you're handsome, you could be a handsome guy and have a good body, but if you don't know how to talk to women, you're gonna lose every bitch you get. Everyone you'll get them, and the thing is, you might not even have sex with them. So you may be thinking you all good just because you hit, but she might be like, girl, his ass dumbing than a motherfucker. That's how women talk. His ass don't know how to talk. Yeah, he hella good, but they'll still be having sex with you, so you think that it's good. But you know, Lawrence, you got something you want to say?
Of course I do. So you know my first one is to get them is my lips. It's the first thing that catch their attention. The other thing is my intellect. So by the time I talk to them, I'm already set up a couch, you know, a coffee table in their mind. So by the time we do interact and have sex, she's already there and she's already ready. So if 2 things: that lives my intellect, and by the time it get to the D game, it's already a done deal because I was already, excuse my French, fucking her in her mind. And that's what most guys don't realize, is when you tap into her primal female nature, the part of her that she doesn't let out, and you begin to allow her imagination to be your playground, you can take her to places that no man ever can take her. So that's why I love the intellect. I'm the intellect guru at that. I love to play in a woman's intellect, because then I can have her, like Locario said, she comes back for more and more and more because she's never been fed like this before.
Right.
Ooh, right there.
Right. That's real talk. You know, it's funny. Like what what a lot of guys don't understand is that most guys that women interact with are guys that they look at as lame. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're actually on top of your game, like if you know, what happens is you stand out. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you stand out, that makes you more attractive to women in general. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're different than most other guys. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I also coach women. You feel me? And so they be showing me their inboxes on Tinder and Instagram, and they be showing me text messages guys be sending them. And a lot of dudes don't really know how to talk to women. You feel what I'm saying? And so a lot of times when you're the type of guy who don't know how to talk to women, you don't know how to interact with them in a certain way, they put you in the category of the lame dudes. You feel what I'm saying? And then so when they find a guy who's on point, you understand, when they find a guy whose dick game is on point, when they find a guy who knows how to talk to them and give them that feeling, you're already elevated in their mind. You're like at the top of their mind all the time because you're that dude. You're rare. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why game is so important, because it makes you into that rare guy. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Crazy.
See, you see, I changed my glasses. So you gotta change your look too, man. You gotta be. see, I just thought I was trying to show off. Y'all didn't even realize I had a lesson right there. You gotta change your shit up, man. You gotta change your routine up. You have to.
That's right, because most guys are too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
They're too predictable. So when you become too predictable to a woman, you actually become boring. She needs to be challenged on multiple levels, mostly in her emotions. So if like Alfie just changed his glasses, she needs to notice. She noticed that small detail that you may have not noticed as a guy. But what it does is it piques her curiosity. Why did he change his glasses?
Right.
Now you have a whole narrative going in her mind that wasn't there before. But I'm just talking.
You just talking. Yeah. You have to see. This is like a major key. Like I'm gonna repeat it one more time, and I'm telling y'all niggas a cheat code. So I'm gonna reiterate this shit. This is imperative. When you do shit, just reverse it and think how you would take it if you were the woman and she was the man. I'm telling you, that'll save you so many headaches. That'll make just like this. So you as a man, you got to realize that just because a woman is going out to eat with you, just because she texts you, just because she calls you, does not even mean that she's interested in you, fam. And you guys will misconstrue that and just think just because she texting you or y'all had sex, that mean that she has interest. It's the same way with you. If you're one of these guys and you have a rotation, don't you have some guy that some women that you actually hang out with? Then you have some you just hit after midnight. Then you just have some that you only see. You don't even know where your place is. But the whole thing is like, yeah, so just because you're interacting, you think that you're solid in there. And it's the same way. You got chicks that hit you every now and then, ones that just could come through on the late night, so they're in a position. But they can misconstrue that just because you're showing them some attention on these particular times that you're interested. Let that be them. A woman's problem is not your problem, fellas. So let's get that one straight too. Don't quit worrying about how she gonna take. I had a consultation the other day, and I told them it don't really matter what the woman think, fam. That shouldn't change how you interact, because you can't control that. You know what I mean? I mean, you can if you have expert level game, but if you book in a consultation, then you probably don't have expert level game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guys who hit me up for the live game, though. I appreciate that, you know. And it's just like see, I'm doing a course now, Locario, but Lawrence D. Adams, the one who let me even tell you this. He didn't tell me to do it. He inspired me to do it. He told me he was going to do it. He did it. He showed it to me. I bought it. I watched it. I said, I'm a damn teacher. I need to fucking do this shit too. So he didn't even he just told me to do it. So you have to get inspiration from other shit, man.
Nah, real talk.
No.
And you know, it's funny. Like earlier, we was talking about guys who feel like this thought just popped in my head. Like guys who feel like they need to, take girls out a lot, spend a lot of money, and it's like, you can reverse that. Have the girl spend some money on you. Have the girl take you out. Have the girl, do more things for you. But in order for that to happen, though, and this is what I was saying earlier about the whole thing about you being rare, is that when your game is on point and you become that rare guy, that's when women want to do more for you. That's when women start chasing you. Because a lot of guys say, how do you get these girls to chase you? How do you get these girls to be attached to you and really want to be with you? it starts with you first. You feel what I'm saying? It starts with you becoming that dude. You feel what I'm saying? And then so what happens is when you are that dude, you start getting more and more women. So when you start getting more and more women, your perspective on dealing with women changes. And when your perspective on dealing with women changes and you start to see certain things, you become more attractive to other women because you're not the same guy, that same thirsty guy who had no game back in the day. You've elevated your game. So now that you elevated your game, you're a whole new dude, which women gravitate to. And because you have women gravitating to you, that makes you more attracted to more women because you within yourself have a different perspective now of dealing with women just in general. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's important to understand and learn the game so that you become that dude. So when you become that dude, you have that perspective. And because you have that perspective, your situations change with women. You feel what I'm saying? It was a whole thing. You know what I mean?
You just made me think of a fire thing. So I'm going to ask both of you guys this question. And this is going to be super beneficial to you guys. What do you two think the two biggest fuck-ups or mistakes that men make with women? The two, I know it may be hard, but just two of them. I got one. I think of another one. What are the two main things guys do that are wrong with women? Or maybe even think it could be thinking wrong or doing wrong. It's whichever one you want to go to.
Wow, that's a good question. Let me see. I say one of the things that dudes mess up on that when it comes to women is, you know, like doing shit for women, doing shit for the woman, for the girl. That I think is a big mistake, and that encompasses a lot of different things. So even for example, when guys are learning game, and the game is supposed to be about you learning to build yourself up as a man so that you're more attractive to women. But what happens is that when you're doing stuff for women, what that means is that you may be doing things outside of your character because you want the girl to like you, which isn't a good thing. You feel what I'm saying? You start, or you may end up doing things that you think you're supposed to do just to get her. So you might think, well, let me buy her this thing, or let me take her out to this expensive restaurant because I think this is what I need to do. But your whole thought process is about doing for the woman instead of doing for you and just finding women who are going to cooperate with what you're trying to do. So that's one thing. I think that's one of the things that men make a mistake on. Another thing I think men make a mistake on is, you know, giving women too much attention. You understand? And I talk about that a lot too, where the attention that you give a woman, and I actually talked about this in one of my programs, the attention you give a woman should be based off of, you know, how long you've known her, what type of situations y'all been in. So for example, if you just met a girl at a bar yesterday and you got her number, you understand, you shouldn't be talking to her on the phone for like 2 hours. You understand what I'm saying? You just met this girl, you don't know her from nowhere, you're giving her way too much attention. Now, if that girl becomes your girlfriend, you know, a year and a half later, then yeah, you could talk to her on the phone and give her that amount of attention. So based off of like your situation with the woman, that should dictate how much attention you're giving her or how little attention you're giving her. You see what I mean? So that I would say that my main two things is the doing shit for women and giving women too much attention. So that's what I think.
Hey, shout out to famous 9 Lives rapper. He say, "Look how you look. I see why you hate, buddy." I thought that you unsubscribed earlier, bro. What happened? I thought you was gonna unsubscribe. So shout out to him. He got music. So why don't you go subscribe to his channel? Go subscribe to his channel because he was on here earlier. I don't know how you got the notification because you don't subscribe me, fam. So I don't know what happened. But anyways, yeah, man, I think that the two things is being too available is one.
Right.
They're fucked up. They look at it like when they meet a woman, like, what are you doing? I'm free. I'm not doing anything. And they look at it like this is my time to get my dib in, but you're fucking up by doing that, man. So I think that's the first thing. And then the second thing, I would say, just being unsure of yourself, man. When it don't matter if you have money, if you have cars, if you have looks. Like I say, for example, when I meet a woman, and even if I think that she's decent, she could be cute and have a nice body or whatever. If she's upselling herself, I already know that she's telling me I'm not in her league. So if I meet her for 5 minutes and she already told me she a lawyer, she drive a Ferrari, and she got administrative and a master's degree for no reason. Well, it's just like, it's almost like she's performing for me. And I'm kind of turned off by that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Like, you know, if you go on a date and you're sitting down at the table for dinner, and then you're telling the woman, yeah, I do this. I got a Maserati and this job and this much money, and you think that logically that she would be impressed, and you wonder why she don't call you back. Even if the facts, even if it's true what you said, it don't matter, man. It's the energy,
right?
You know. But Lawrence, yeah, you finish the question, and then we'll just wrap this thing up. Running around, what's up, fam?
It's interesting because you guys took all mine. Y'all not right. But I will say I wrote down. So one of the things is most men put women on pedestals. That's the worst thing that you can do. So there's tons of videos about that. So I have a two-part for that two-part is men listening to erroneous information about women.
Facts.
So that's a problem there. So you can hear information about women and it's erroneous because you think that is going to work, and it end up not working, and you would continue the cycle of defeatism with women. So it's getting the wrong information about how the game works. The other part to that is listening to women who don't mean you good on how the game works. So a lot of times I have a couple of women that are my friends for years. So when we talk game for real, but they have my back and they're going to shoot from the hip. Versus a woman that I know that's not there, who doesn't have my back, I'm not going to listen to her because she's going to always throw a monkey wrench so it benefits her or in the direction of the woman that I'm trying to get, or whatever the situation may be. So it's getting erroneous information about women and the game. I see it too much. So to tie it up with a bow right there is you have to be selective even when you do get information from who you get it from, even on these YouTube streets. Because some people disseminate information, but they're not living the information that they disseminate.
Facts. Preach.
So that becomes a problem now because there's no authenticity, not being authentic in what they're saying. I can hear and know when a man lives this life or if he doesn't, because there's something deeper than his words that are speaking. It comes from his spirit that says that this is how I do things, versus someone who just read a book, which I read tons of books and never practice anything, versus the person who actually lived it. So you need to be careful where you get the information. My mother used to say when I was little, you can't eat at everybody's house. I said, why, Mom? Because everybody's not clean like we are.
That's what's up.
And so that's the issue right there. So you might get the information, but the intent and motives behind what's being said is not for your benefit. It could be they're giving alpha information with a simp mentality or a simp in their spirit.
That's what's up. Hey, well, you know, we can wrap this thing up unless y'all got some more gas, man. Then we can go a few more minutes. But if not, if y'all press for time, man, we could just end it up.
I gotta go in a minute. But yo, man, I appreciate you having me on here, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
And just want to let people know again for the whole month of May, I have a sale, the Bad Boy membership sale. If you go to badboymembership.com and join the Bad Boy membership, you're gonna get my audio book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. You're gonna get the Bad Boy book and my other book, 60-Second Game, all for free if you join the Bad Boy membership from now up until May 31st. So just want to let you guys know that. You feel me?
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Mr. Locario, but y'all make sure y'all buy his books too. Just don't take too much pride in the shit that don't cost you no money.
Exactly.
Damn, you can, if you spend $20 just one time, you spend $20 every single day, man. So I'm gonna say that. And I'm gonna say go to my Patreon, man, and you get the daily content. Y'all YouTube cats think I don't do daily content. I do daily content. Y'all just not on my Patreon. Subscribe to Lawrence D. Adams channel, Locario. If you ain't up on him, subscribe to my.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely subscribe. So what's your channel? What's your channel name?
Lawrence D. Adams.
Lawrence D. Adams. I'm gonna definitely subscribe on that.
Yeah, we be doing a call-in show and stuff every now and then. It'd be cool, but You know,
and get that iTunes, that single, Midnight Love Making.
All right, that's what's up.
Well, when you come on Super Friends, you pick the topic since I picked this one. I don't want to pick it every time, so I'm gonna feel like I'm selfish.
All right. I just subscribed to. Lawrence, I just subscribed to you, my dude.
Appreciate it. Much
That's
love.
what's up, man. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, you and Miles, man. We gonna chop game. Actually, yeah, that'll be cool because I want to see what you come up with. It'll make it fun. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate everybody. Y'all want the daily drops? Get on the Patreon. If you need a one-on-one consultation, go to kingdomconsultingfirm.com. And like I said, subscribe to Lawrence D. Adams. Subscribe to Locario fam. Expert Game Part 3. You already know I'm gonna leave it open so you can post it, Locario, if you need to.
All right, cool. Yeah, Def, I'm gonna post this on my channel.
For sure. And y'all have a good one, and then we'll talk next week, man. I'm
holla.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.